We're joined now by Tom Schneider. Tom's the Chief Marketing Officer for Target Logistics. You've heard about, for instance, where we broadcast regularly, the Oil Patch, Stanley, Tioga, home to Tioga or Target facilities, Williston, North Dakota, another prime example. Tom, nice to have you. How are you?
Real good, Scott. Thanks for having me.
So tell folks about what Target Logistics does for oil field activity.
Yeah, well, Target Logistics basically puts up temporary workforce housing for the folks working in the oil field. I think many people have heard that housing is hard to come by. You've got the oil, but you don't necessarily have the place to put all the people to get the oil.
There's a term that's emerged as part of the Bakken boom called man camp. And I remember when I first heard that, I had this vision literally of a kerosene heater or something and maybe a tent, But I've been at your facility a number of times. Rick Santorum was there in an event we hosted in Tioga during his presidential campaign and actually dined there and spent some time there. And basically, I would say that's more of a hospitality infrastructure than a man camp. Is the term man camp bad for the industry?
Yeah. I don't particularly like the word man camp, particularly being the guy who runs marketing around here. It's really not a man camp. We like to call it temporary workforce lodging. They're nice facilities. We put together pretty nice hotels that are temporary that you can break down and move on to another site. And the food's fantastic. The construction is great. We have a very, very particular chief operating officer that makes sure this thing is as nice as any hotel you're going to walk into. The services are really great. You're always met with a smile. The bedding, the mattresses, the comforters, everything is first rate, and we're sticklers about that. We call it the economics of comfort. Our whole philosophy is if you spend the money on your workforce, you're going to get a whole lot more out of them in the morning when they wake up.
The food is what is really extraordinary that people rave about, and I've experienced it firsthand. And Brian Lash, the CEO, hosted an event last night that I was invited to, in which he revealed that the sign behind his desk is "It's the food, stupid." So, to talk about how important food is and how you provide a quality product for the workers that are your residents.
It all started with food. When we decided to go into this business, it was Brad Archer that brought it up, who happens to be our chief operating officer. That the food has to be the best food that anybody has ever served within the camp business. And let's face it, if you go to a wedding, what do you remember? You remember the food. People like to eat. After you work 12 hours, you want to put your feet up and you want to have a darn good meal. If you don't have a darn good meal, you're going to feel very unsatisfied and unhappy. So we give these guys 4,000 calories a day. That's what we budget for them. And we're throwing the, 1.25-inch steaks on the grill, prime rib, you name it. The soups are made fresh. The vegetables are all fresh.
You're hand-cutting the steaks. This is no microwave deal?
No, we make all our French fries from, guess what? Real potatoes. So
cutting them up yourself?
Cutting them up ourselves. We have the little machines that squeeze French fries out of, Idaho potatoes. Everything is fresh. And it does blow my mind when I see how much work they do in our kitchen area to feed all these guys. Because we have camps that have, 1,200 guys. So it's all it's home cooking, and it's 24/7.
And this is obviously a huge need right now. I mean, you have thousands of beds, Tioga, Stanley, Williston, Dickinson, more coming, right?
You name it. Yeah, we have 4,000 beds in the Bakken right now. We have quite a few more on the slate. We have to get a few permits passed to get a couple of them built. Some of them are in the process of being built. So, there's no end to the need right now. Obviously, someday there will be an end to the need, which is why it's temporary workforce housing. And to us, that makes sense, that you'd be able to pull out when you don't need real estate on the ground.
Who is your customer?
Our customer are the bigger companies, the Halliburtons, the Hesses.
So they would contract for large numbers of beds?
Yes, they would. And so we don't take people in off the road. As much as we'd like to, we want it to run through a major company. And this is part of our kind of whole security, zero tolerance policy. There's no alcohol in the camps. there's no guests in the camps. It's not that we don't want you to have fun. We just need to make sure that everything is safe.
Well, that's another thing. I think people lose sight of the fact that I've spent time at your facility and others and been there. This is I would say, sometimes the vision. One of the things we're kicking off something called the Truth Squad and the Truth Tour, because what you read in the media, what you see often on television, might pick up a little sliver of an anecdote here or there that's very at odds with the reality. And my sense when I'm at Tiger Logistics is you got a bunch of really hard-working folks who are, about dog-tired, ready to have a great meal and hit the rack. They're not ready to, break chandeliers or anything. I mean, it's who's got time to be rowdy, right?
Yeah, I mean, these guys are making good dough, and they've left their family for, let's say 4 weeks on, and they go home for 2 weeks. When they have their 4 weeks on, they're not out, partying and ripping it up. I mean, you're going to find one every now and then. You're always going to find somebody who's probably going to be the guy that's going to make the news headlines, but we really have seen no trouble, and it has to do with our zero tolerance policy, and the fact that they're there because the big company that they work for actually pays their bill to be there. So if they cause a problem, it reverberates all the way back to the company that hires them, that pays them that salary. So we're able to keep the place real clean, neat, and under control for guys that want to get a good night's sleep and have a good meal and make a good buck.
We're talking to Tom Schneider, who's the Chief Marketing Officer for Target Logistics. When we come back, we're going to have Tom do a little virtual tour for us. So those of you who have not seen it, don't know what's there, get an idea of what is all involved in the infrastructure and these facilities. And also talk a little bit about, again, how long this need will ultimately be there. Because obviously there's a lot of permanent housing stock being developed, and the idea here is to make sure the industry doesn't have a difficulty in placing their workforce in a spot where they can go to work and pull the soil out of the ground, because that's what ultimately threatens the economy if we do that. So we'll talk more time after a short time out here.
The summer specials are on at HHA, Herbal Healer Academy. Current customers know this is the time to save big at herbalhealer.com. And new customers, welcome to the web's best place to save on vitamins, minerals, and more. Right now, Herbal Healer's summer specials include our 500 parts per million colloidal silver, all sizes on sale. Liquid CalMag Vitamin D and Organic Iodine, CoQ10 with Hawthorne, Colon Enhancer, Super 2, Natural Laxative, our exceptional product Tonicsyn, Memory Power, and Super Male and Femplex, all on sale for summer at herbalhealer.com. Also get 10% off on the Herbal Healer Academy Survival Course. Information that might save your life. Enjoy same-day shipping and free online newsletter. Log on to our nation's leader in supplying quality natural medicine and education since 1988. Herbal Healer Academy at herbalhealer.com.
37 things to hoard. Do you have the 37 crucial food items you can't survive without? When the next disaster hits and the mobs go crazy grabbing food off the shelves, you and your family may be without food or waiting in long food lines. Prepare now at 123survivalplan.com. Easy as 123 to remember. 123survivalplan.com. Many people don't have these 37 food items. Learn what you need to hoard now at 123survivalplan.com. Watch the video we've set up for Patriots only at 123survivalplan.com. Get inside information on the 37 food items that will sell out first when the next disaster strikes. This video contains crucial information you and your family need to prepare for any natural or man-made disaster. In the last 6 months, over 1 million other smart patriots have already seen this video. Prepare now. Go to 123survivalplan.com and learn which 37 food items you should hoard. Easy to remember. 123survivalplan.com. Again, that's 123survivalplan.com.
Don't answer it! How can I stop these annoying collection calls?
Imagine being free from your debt without settling and with no payment plan, no negotiating or filing bankruptcy, and no attorneys. What if you could eliminate the risk from all your unsecured debt in about 90 days and keep all your money? You can. It's called Zero Debt Guarantee, and it works. There's no other program of its kind on the planet, and we guarantee the results in writing. Call now, 800-477-9256. Let our team of experts provide you with with the resources to fight back, stop collection calls, and prevent and stop wage garnishments and bank levies. If you're facing foreclosure, we can help. Don't go it alone. Get free information now by calling 800-477-9256. Talk to an expert who has also completed our program. Call 800-477-9256 for free info or go to zerodebtguarantee.com. That's 800-477-9256 or go to zerodebtguarantee.com.
Would it save you time to get the best quality water filters and the best quality storable foods from one company? You bet it would, and now you can at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Big Berkey water filter products and great tasting, long-lasting, storable Wise foods are both now available on one website, BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Wise foods, ready-to-eat meals are packed in airtight nitrogen pouches and come with a 25-year shelf life. Big Berkey water filters are powerful enough to purify treated, untreated, or even stagnant pond water. Combine Berkey water filters with Wise foods for an unbeatable preparedness combination. Get free shipping on every order over $50. And GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit Big, BERKEY, waterfilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Or go to BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com.
Attention, information in this 1-minute message could save your life. Don't wait for the next emergency to happen. Act now to be prepared. Now, more than ever, civilians and communities must communicate with family, friends, and neighbors in the event of civil unrest, natural disasters, or other emergencies. That's why there's civildispatch.com. Civildispatch.com is a universal system that can be used for a wide array of urgent notification alerts, weather emergencies, civil unrest, emergency responders, Amber Alerts, school or business closings, any need-to-know situation. Civildispatch.com is an emergency dispatch communication system, allowing anyone to quickly and easily send and instantaneously track emergency email and text alert notifications. Civildispatch.com gives you the power of enterprise alerting without the enterprise cost. Don't find yourself unprepared. Learn more and become a member at civildispatch.com. That's civildispatch.com. Civilian Emergency Dispatch System. Peace through preparedness.
We're talking about temporary workforce housing in the Bakken with Tom Schneider, Chief Marketing Officer for Target Logistics. It's not Target, the department store.
No.
Very popular in the upper Midwest with corporate headquarters in Minnesota, so a lot of us in the Midwest grew up with that Target, and I've had many people ask that. You probably have too, Tom.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it all the time.
It's a different Target, and a Target that's been involved in a number of things, the Olympics.
Yes.
Housing the athletes,
yeah,
our soldiers,
as well as the Secret Service at the Olympics, because it was right after 9/11 in 2002. So you had a lot of folks there to protect all the athletes, people they didn't expect to need a year beforehand.
Yeah.
So they had no housing for them, so we had to put up temporary housing.
Amazing. And the same thing with after Katrina.
Yeah, we did. We leased a large cruise ship and pulled it up as close to Tulane as we could, and it became the temporary dorms for the Tulane students.
Those students had some stories, right?
I think so.
So again, let's go back to this temporary housing and what it looks like. So do a virtual tour for some folks. What are the different amenities that are in a Target Logistics facility for oil field workers?
Sure. So when you roll in, the first thing you're going to see is security. We want to make sure that you are one of our workers, you just have to show your badge to get in, and they're all fenced facilities, so people can't just wander in. So you're safe when you're in there. Then you'll walk past the welcome desk, hopefully get a smile there, and then walk through the mudroom where you have to drop your boots, and you have lockers there. A really well-designed mudroom. Everybody has their own lockers because we don't want people tracking mud through the place. And that is a big deal because some of these, we've seen places where, there's just mud through all the halls because these guys are working out in the field. And they throw their flip-flops on right there, and they head to their room through the central quarter. It's all interlocks, so you never have to go outside in many of our camps. Some of our older camps you do, but the camps we're building right now is you have a central corridor with wings off of that corridor, and we call those Arctic quarters because it can be pretty cold out here in North Dakota. So you head down, and we have private rooms. We have Jack and Jill rooms where 2 rooms share 1 bath. We don't do a whole lot of doubles because most people like to have their own space. You go, take your shower, and head over to the cafeteria. Cafeteria has the food we talked about. Great food. You can have a full meal there. We budget 4,000 calories a day per man because these guys are hungry, and they're out there doing the job and getting the oil out of the ground, and they need it.
Talk about one of the neat things in the food thing is a bar you do, and you mentioned earlier non-alcoholic facilities, obviously, but a bar in the sense of a food bar, right?
Yeah. So if you don't want to go to the cafeteria or the dining room, as I should call it, you can go to the Spike Lounge. We are just trying it out right now. We have the Spike Lounge in our Tioga facility, and it's lots of fast but good foods, chicken wings and bratwursts and hot dogs and rock and roll music, and so it feels a little bit like a bar, and it's going to feel more like a bar because we now we're gonna come in with some new furniture, and it's going to feel a bit like a 50s lounge with posters on the walls, so you can kind of kick back and relax, and it's already taken off even without all the decor that goes along with it.
And there's pool tables and workout facilities and the recreation area, internet cafes, right?
Yeah, we have an internet cafe with cameras, so you can Skype to your loved ones back home if you don't have a laptop. We have full Wi-Fi throughout. That's all free. Have a great gym with saunas. I use the gym whenever I'm there. Brand new equipment. We also have a personal trainer that will work with you to set up your workout regimen, as well as work with you on diet, so that you don't, just eat yourself out of that place,
which you could easily do
very easily
with all the choices there.
And then full rec rooms with large screen TVs. People gather there for sporting events, pool tables, foosball tables, poker tables. We have a Target Market, which is a convenience store, so people can pick up their sundries and
energy drinks,
videos, and energy drinks. So it's a little town.
Now talk about the rooms, the amenities. So if I have if I'm in one of the lodges, what kind of amenities do I have in my own room?
Sure. In your own room, you have either a single or a full-size bed, depending upon which room you get or your company pays for. You have 300 thread count sheets, so we're really into the bed. We actually have come up with a name for our sleep system called the Hibernator sleep system, and it's ours. We've trademarked that, and it comes with things that you just have to check off the list. One thing is that pillow top mattress, very comfortable pillow top mattress. You need to be comfortable. You need to be able to sleep. You need to be able to revive yourself. Fluffy down-like blankets, great pillows, flat screen TV, so you can kick back, watch the game, watch whatever you want to watch. Private bath, oversized towels, really high quality oversized towels. Everything. I love staying in these rooms. You've got a desk in there. They're not huge, but they're what you need. They're about what you need to be really, really comfortable. Every room's got a window, and every room has its own HVAC. So you can set your heat or your air conditioning exactly how you want it.
Pretty amazing. So hopefully that gives you a little sense that if we've done anything, we've demystified a quote-unquote man camp. That's not a man camp you just described. That's some wonderful facilities that ultimately allow the industry to keep up. And this industry is booming. Just recently passing now, Alaska, California is in our rearview mirror. Everybody's in our rearview mirror now, except for Texas.
Yeah.
And how long do you see this lasting? How long do you see a need for temporary workforce housing like that?
Well, that's a really good question. I wish I knew. We've heard everything. We've heard everything from 5 to 25 years. And it's going to evolve. And we're all going to have to watch this U.S. oil boom, but it's going to be around for a while. We built it to stay. The stuff that we've built in the Bakken could be here easily for 20 or 30 years. We don't plan on We don't plan on leaving anytime soon. One of the things we really like to do is become part of the community, because we are part of the community. So our managers live in the community. We try to give back as much as possible, and really become a working part of what's going on. There, like you say, there's a lot of negative connotations about what a man camp is, and we're doing our best to try to dissolve, some of the perceptions that are out there, because they aren't what a lot of people think. And
well, what I think people miss is how integral a part of, if I pulled out the tax receipts as an example for the tax collections, and just take a look at 2001, they were about $63 million. 2011, we're talking about $1.3 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, that growth curve is off the charts.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen if economic activity is slowed from a result of we can't get workers. Where are they going to stay? Where
Yeah.
It is what has kept the industry growing at the pace it has, and ultimately benefiting taxpayers in the entire region.
Yeah, and I'll also add that if you don't have solutions like this,